Consecutive start. And here we go. Zamareya Rivers wins the tip, and the Wolfpack begin with a basketball. Wherever you are, on Tobacco Road or elsewhere, it is great to have you with us on this Thursday night.
Getting off to a good start defensively, very important for Wake Forest. This is a team in NC State that averages almost 19 points in the first quarter of games alone.
Tilda Trieger gets two off the glass. The young Swede gets the scoring started.
Freshman, got into the starting lineup recently. Long, athletic, makes plays. It's a very solid player.
Her 9th consecutive start tonight for Westmore's Wolfpack.
Tempo will be very important. As I said, 18 points a game, 19 for NC State. Wake has got to make those shots.
Elise comes up short on the first attempt. No surprises for the state starting five: James, Hayes, Rivers, Brooks, and Trieger. Rebound controlled by Williams and bumped by the freshman Trieger in the backcourt.
They asked Trieger to be a rebounder. She set some solid screens, missed follow-up plays. Can't make those mistakes. She's had a couple of double-figure ball games, but again, with the 4 outstanding perimeter players that she plays with, she's just kind of go along with flow, pick up all the extra stuff. That was an ill-advised turnover for Wake Forest, and then the foul by Trieger.
Cole's not expecting the pass from Williams.
You've got to be locked in today, Evan. You can't have those mistakes. Wake Forest has had 2 possessions, got nothing out of either one.
Zoe Brooks, nice pass inside, and it's Madison Hayes for 2.
Lost in the touch about Rivers and James. There's Madison Hayes, closely approaching her 1,000th point in her career at Mississippi State and also at NC State. She's solid.
Now just 29 points away from 1,000. Deacons still can't break the seal. Coles comes up empty from the elbow.
Open court, you see Rivers, James filling lanes. Can take it to the basket. Brooks is such a solid player.
Drive and kick, move it around. Rivers started this month by dyeing her hair red. She's played great with the dyed hair, and the foul goes against Wake Forest. Trieger will shoot 2.
It's just moving without the basketball. Showed up, then back, the back cut there. Perfect reaction. If dyeing your hair will get me 13 ball games in double figures, a career 1,000 point, and knocking down jump shots in a lot of places, hey, sign me up. A whole lot of teams need to sign, dye the hair red.
Now, you don't have a ton of hair left to dye.
I didn't say me. I'm just saying sign me up. Sign people up for that.
You implied you when you said sign me up.
And a 94th ball game, too, in the history, and you did all of them. Since we're in the jokes room.
4 points for Trieger. Foul was called on Williams. And the first 2 for the Deeks belong to the Deeks' hardest scorer lately. It's Rylie Theuerkauf.
And that's the type of game she's got to have. She gets space, she drives in the hole, she's a physical player, is able to knock that in. As she said, confidence right now, she's got it.
Hines looking for a guard, finds Williams. Elise enters the night 17th on the all-time Wake Forest scoring list. She has an average game for her. She'll be in the top 15 in the history of the program by the end of the night.
Nice defense that time by James. Took her away from the basket 2 different times.
Sorby misfires from the wing. Strong rebound inside for Hayes. Up and under and high off the glass. It rims out for Brooks.
Forrest got away with one there. That's bread and butter for this NC State team. Score off transition, off missed shots or turnovers.
Caught Rivers sleeping a little bit. Nice pass to Elise Williams, the assist to Demira Hines.
Good job there for Elise Williams. Another player who's had some solid ball games. She returned from a foot injury earlier in the year. And again, she's got to be solid in her efforts tonight. Make the mid-range jump shot. Don't force the long range.
Expected to be a pretty briskly moving game tonight. Both these teams are solid defensively, and well, NC State doesn't foul very often. Wake gives a foul, and if that's Williams, it's her second. Elise just picked up her second foul 3.5 minutes in. As you see Westmore, year 12, what a job he's done. He's beaten 46 ranked teams in his 11+ years. I mean, you could just run through all the different stats. Winning records, 34 of his 35 seasons, basically 35 of 36, because the NC State Wolfpack at 16-4 are going to finish this year with a winning record. Trieger has been busy lately.
Well, they're involving her in high screen and roll action, understanding that your big comes out, either Coles or Hines, but there's no backside help, there's no rim support. So she's moving well, catching the ball and finishing off to a really nice start.
Raegyn Conley in off the bench for Elise Williams.
So where will Wake Forest find their offense other than Rylie?
Well, Riley's where they're going to start.
She's going to have to move like that, recognize the screen, and in catch and shoot mode. That's good for her.
We've got to travel, and it's going the other way. Stan, the thing about Theuerkauf, she has not shot great from beyond the arc the last couple of games, but she's 70% inside the arc. She's taking it to the basket, getting good looks.
And that's why I like that first basket she had. She took some contact and scored in the paint.
You can see the confidence growing every game right now for the sophomore from Jersey.
Nice screen and roll.
That's well done. That's really, really well done.
Evan, it certainly is. And you got to remember, we talked about it a lot early in the year, and we continue. She scored almost 2,500 points in high school. She knows how to put the ball in the basket.
Great hustle from Hayes, sneaking in for the rebound. It's Rivers for three, and the rebound finds Sorby.
Nice last two defensive possessions for Wake Forest.
Deeks, 3 for 3 their last 3 trips. Coles feeding the post. Hines inside makes it 4 for their last 4.
Nice pass by Coles and a nice job of shaping up by Hines inside, using the rim to protect and scoring. That's a good play.
7-0 run from Wake Forest over the last 65 seconds. Brooks able to kick it back out as she lost her balance inside. Midway through the first quarter, Wake has weathered the initial storm. Sanaya Rivers, count it, and 1. She is so tough.
We talked about it in the open, the versatility of being able to score the basket, showing a move here, showing a move there. But I'll tell you who else is showing some nice move. Rylie Theuerkauf takes the screen, gets about 10 feet, and the friendly Rams, Wake Forest, NC State.
The Women's Center supports women, Wake Forest, and promotes gender equity. They support our Wake Forest community, providing opportunities to learn, grow, celebrate, and belong.
Well, Megan Jevier has not yet defeated the NC State Wolfpack as the coach of the Deeks. Wake hasn't beaten the Pack since about 8 years ago, February of 2017. In the last meeting, though, Stan, Wake Forest scored 31 points in the third quarter. It's their highest scoring quarter of the season. And that has to give them a little bit of confidence coming into this game. They only had 26 points in the other 3 quarters in an 18-point loss. But
tempo.
Yeah.
It was a tempo game. And Wake Forest was able to fight back. That was a game, if I remember correctly, Raegyn Conley had 4 or 5 three-pointers. Kia Harrison was able to score off the bounce a little bit. There were a lot of points, but again, Wake Forest, they had some costly turnovers that kind of took them out of that ball game down the stretch. But you're right, they put up numbers and they had a good tempo. They're doing a nice job now in the last few minutes, getting the basketball into players that can score and playing deep. Again, off the post, that's a nice cut there.
Just a confident-looking stroke right now for the sophomore Rylie Theuerkauf.
Well, she's going back to Tenafly High School days.
Deflected. Ooh, we saw the deflected signal, and then we saw the backcourt call, and Wes Moore is displeased, to say the least. He is barking at Ashley Gloss, and he needs to be careful.
Let's take a look here.
Yeah, that's not that.
She touched it off the swipe.
That's not a backcourt violation. That went off Theuerkauf's foot. That's the wrong call, but we'll move on.
That's good.
Theuerkauf for 3. Why not? She's got 12 points already.
Excellent job in the half-court execution. You run the roll action, you get the ball in the middle of the floor and kick it back. And again, what did we say? Give her some space.
A steal. Sorby the other way. Theuerkauf with her. Theuerkauf the rebound. And she's 6 for 6 from the floor here in the first.
21 points against BC, 16 of those in the first half, 19 in the game against North Carolina.
She's got 14 in less than 7 minutes. Defense inside from Demira Hines, swatting Hayes out of bounds.
Not known as a shot blocker. Hines, 14th block of the season. Drive inside, big protecting the rim. Hayes gets her shot blocked. 18 on the clock.
Theuerkauf has had some good quarters. She can be streaky. Oh, nice pass back to the inbounder. And inside a easy 2 for Rivers. She's got 5.
Well, the one thing that's happening, they're running some stuff for her. She's using the screens. James is guarding her now.
Alyssa Andrews buries the 3. That's 21 points in 7 minutes for the Deeks tonight.
Boy, it's good to see Alyssa Andrews back out. Missed a whole month, literally, with a foot injury. She's back. She's confident. Her 7th three-pointer, but she's a player that can make the perimeter shot. Also, size enough, can go inside and rebound.
Long 2s down, nothing but net for Madison Hayes.
So she's solid. She is a solid basketball player, Madison Hayes.
She's gotten better every year.
Every single year.
Wake, 8 of its last 9, and the one shot the Deeks missed. Theuerkauf rebounded and put back in.
Ball value. Move the ball from side to side. Be strong on your cuts. That was a push right there. James got away. Everybody saw it but the official.
Conley. Let's travel on Hines.
I don't know about that. I love the activity right now by Wake Forest. They're moving the basketball and they're catching the ball in the pass. What concerns me now is on the next few possessions, what happens if NC State gets up in those passing lanes really tight?
Sanaya Rivers' elbow jumper is cash.
All ACC last year, probably will be again this year. Long arms, athletic, can run the floor. We talked about it in the open, can score so many different ways.
Coming off a 17-point game in the rout over Virginia Tech on Sunday, and well, the Deacons have turned it over on back-to-back possessions after they had not turned it over since that second possession of the game in the opening minute.
Yeah, and because you've had some success, you want to try to keep that same rhythm. They're trying to rush things a little bit. You saw Rylie get just a little anxious, had some space, wanted to make a play. This is tough.
Rivers too strong there, rebounded by Andrews.
Nice job by Andrews. Her limp that time made that shot just a little more difficult.
Sorby driving on Jones, shoots over her and scores.
You know, this is the type of game, Evan, that Sorby can have some success. It's spacing. It's a little bit of a Euro lead type. You're going to drive and score, drive and kick. She had no fear that time going inside.
Deacons 10 of 14, 71%. James to the corner. Hayes for 3. Rebound off the floor, picked up by NC State's Isaiah James.
It's a tough matchup here. Jones is quick.
She sure is. Zam Jones, freshman from Bethel, North Carolina, averaging 8 off the bench this year for State.
North Pitt Panther. All-American, all everything. She can make plays, and she's tough. She is tough.
Beautiful pass inside, excellent finish as well. Raegyn Conley puts the Deeks back up by 6.
Not accustomed to seeing Raegyn Conley make plays in the paint, but that's a welcome addition for the Wake Forest offense right now.
About 2/3 of her field goal attempt
really?
beyond the arc. Traeger, quick catch and score.
Traeger having a really nice game.
A lot of players are having a nice offensive start.
Really. Traeger got off to a nice start in the Cal game, had 19 points in that ball game and 10 rebounds. So she can make some plays, but they don't really look for her to score because of the perimeter players that we've talked about enough already.
Sorby lost the dribble, turns it over, gives NC State a chance with 4. Jones to the corner, and that's not going to count. Wolfpack can't get it off. But my goodness, if the first quarter for Wake Forest all season, second highest scoring quarter, any quarter in ACC play. Theuerkauf keeps it going.
Yeah. See, like that when saw look out the tongue, a la Michael Jordan, like what's going on tonight?
For more on Rylie Theuerkauf, let's check in with Madison.
Well, Coach Jebbia told me Rylie and this team just need to keep working hard. Right now, it's all about outworking their opponent. She says we can't have a bad half. We can't have a bad 5 minutes. Her team needs to go out, play hard if they want any shot at making the conference tournament. She acknowledged the parity that is college basketball because when she says we don't know what's going to happen, you never know which team's going to hit a rough stretch, who's going to get hurt. So her team focusing on playing hard every game.
Zoe Brooks doesn't get the bounce. Good rebound with Andrews flying in. Yeah, that's something the Deacs have to think about heading into February. You know, Wake Forest has won a game in the ACC tournament each of the last 5 years. Raegyn Conley knocks down another three. The Deacs are 5 for 7 from distance and lead by 10.
There's a freedom in the way the ball is moving for Wake Forest, a confidence in catching and shooting. Raegyn Conley, I expect her to knock down threes. I didn't expect her to score in the paint a few moments ago.
Things are different, though, heading into Marchville this year, Stan. Not everybody's going to make the ACC tournament, so you got to earn your way there as Isaiah James knocks down the jumper.
So her first basket.
Stan, I was going to ask you, well, we got an offensive foul on Theuerkauf for creating a little too much space on James. First on Rylie. I was going to ask you about what it meant to lose Elise Williams, who picked up 2 fouls after playing just 3 minutes and 34 seconds, but...
And had you asked me that, I would have told you it meant that they needed somebody to pick up the scoring. And you got to continue to play. Somebody else has got to step up, next person up. Rylie's done a good job of it, and you saw Conley make a basket. Andrews has done a nice job scoring. There's a rebound opportunity there, so you just got to keep playing.
Zoe Brooks will get to the free throw line. Yeah, to your point, Theuerkauf, 7 of 7, 17 points. And she's one of 6 different Demon Deacons who've scored so far in the game.
Now, things are falling well for Rylie right now, but she's got to expect that there's going to be more physicality. They're going to put different players on there. Just a moment ago, you know, James was guarding her, getting a little bump as she crossed through the lane. And when things aren't going well, there's a couple shots that aren't falling, they don't get a rebound. Who else is going to step up? You can't be mentally fatigued right now. You can't be so excited about your success that you forget to start playing. You've got to execute on every possession. Lily Varsity strikes. You hope it doesn't, but you know it will.
NC State as a team, 7 of 7.
Nice back cut.
From the line, but Rylie Theuerkauf individually is 8 for 8 from the field. She's got 19 points in the half.
She's playing so well without the basketball, and the passes today usually maybe deflected or not on point. Everybody's a very sharp, crisp pass.
It's pretty incredible what we're seeing right now. There's 3 for Zam Jones.
She's a big-time player. She comes in with a little bit of an attitude, plays hard, can see the floor very well when Brooks goes out.
Jones missed 5 ball games the first half of the month. You can see her getting back into her form.
She's another one of those 2,000-point players in high school in a very competitive conference in a very competitive area down in Greenville. North Pitt, Bethel.
Hard not to like Wes Moore's freshman class that he brought in to mix into the Rivers-James combo along with Madison Hayes. Sorby down in the backcourt. They're going to call a foul on Isaiah James for bumping Sorby running down the floor. And again, Wes Moore is Wolfpack red.
I was about to say, as you were talking about the freshman class, you can't forget about the All-American potential in Isaiah James. She's just kind of taken over. Watch the move here. Goes up strong with the left hand and scores. And I don't know if we'll see the rest of this. Watch it, boom. Okay, yeah. But I'm wondering that they're talking about this. Is it going to be considered an intentional foul? We're going to upgrade this or not? I don't think you do. But there's a lot of face on the place on the floor. Shouldn't have to run into it. Let's see. Look at it.
They're going to make it an
It's on
official
review for a
timeout
possible intentional foul.
and review it. Doesn't look like much to us, but Eric Bruton, Ashley Gloss, and John Capolino will get another look. Deacons 33, Wolfpack 30, 7 minutes to play in the quarter. We're back, and we're still waiting, just like you, for the verdict on what seemed to be a pretty unintentional, random, inconsequential bump of Isaiah James into Aurora Sorby going up the floor. And now the fans are starting to get a little restless here at the Joel Coliseum.
Okay, you scored a basket, and
I understand calling a foul. I think it'd be fine as nothing. I certainly don't think it should be an intentional or a technical.
the fall was harder than the hit.
Yeah,
And I get it, you know,
you're not expecting.
she wants to.
Eric Bruton with a verdict.
At review, we have an intentional foul.
Wow.
There's contact made with the ball being live, so it has to be an intentional foul. 2 shots and the ball, anybody can shoot.
That's astonishing to me because
The ball was live.
but it looked like the opposite of an intentional foul because there was no intent to it.
Well, and I'm gonna be real honest about this now. She ran close to her, and that was a form of trash talk. Okay, I get that. I mean, you know how he was in the street. You know how we play on the playground. Madam ref, madam ref, madam ref, madam ref, madam ref. TV, madam ref, touch her.
Ashley Glass not interested in having a.
Dead ball, but the clock hadn't stopped though, right?
If the ball goes through the basket, the ball is by rule considered dead. The
Okay.
clock's still running, but the ball is by rule considered
Okay,
dead.
okay.
That's why it's an
That's why I
intentional
needed
foul.
that definition. Thank you very much for that.
We heard the whole thing, Stan.
Did you really?
Appreciate you tracking Ashley down.
Well,
Rylie Theuerkauf now has 21 points.
they
He still
said
has not
live
missed.
ball and then dead, and now, you know, dead to me was always good with the clock stopped. This ball was in play. So, okay, fine. You heard it.
Yeah. Sorby for 3. Rebounded by Hayes. Here
All right,
comes
that
Brooks.
was a big basket miss because of this.
Zoe Brooks back to a 3-point game.
You see what I'm saying? So, Rylie scored. That was a good look. You don't score it. Shot was fine, but you didn't get it. And now, State settled down. The transition basket. Collier comes in the game. Another bigger body in the post.
Theuerkauf, heat check.
Yeah,
Here comes Isaiah James,
Got
1 on
numbered.
3.
but she's in favor.
Collier, it's a jump ball, and it belongs to the Pack. Sanaya Rivers racing back in. Westmore did not like Isaiah James' decision there.
Yeah, he's telling her, "Go, take it to the hole. Take it to the hole." She had numbers. It was 1 on 3. But I liked her odds.
Rivers inbounding. Finds Hayes in the corner.
Coles needs to be smart and don't bang. Pick up a loose foul there.
Beautifully done
That's
by
good.
Zoe Brooks to Mallory Collier.
She came off the basketball. Collier presented herself. Nice pass and a good catch and finish.
It's assist number 3 for Zoe. Enters a steal. Jones leads the 2-on-1, puts it in, and the Pack are back on top.
Wake may need to reset. Great timeout by Coach Champion. We talked about they're going to try to take this away. They got in the passing lane. Jones takes it coast to coast, gets the basket. The game has changed.
Been waiting for this defensive intensity from NC State.
Well, they got in the passing lane there. Jones does a great job getting low, gets an outside arm in there, and then she takes it right to the hole and makes Rylie either stop her or she's going to score. It's a great defensive play, but those are game changers.
Well, defensive intensity has been the game changer for NC State. When they are locked in and Westmore's team is playing with passion and purpose at the defensive end, the offense is going to come for State.
Yeah, well, that's how they score a lot of their points.
Yeah. Let me ask you about Rylie Theuerkauf.
Ask me
got
what you want.
21 points. She just missed her first shot of the game. Did you see this coming? The 20-something point per game Rylie Theuerkauf as a sophomore.
Yes, not maybe this many points in the first half, but she's a scorer. And like I said, she's gotten in her high school mode where she's been free. and she's got space, and, you know, this is the third player there that's going to guard her, you know, and so she just got to keep playing.
Coles comes up empty on the turnaround.
That time Rivers did a nice job of denying Rylie the basketball. Williams is back in the basketball game. They need scoring. They need somebody steady. This is a big run right now for NC State.
2 early fouls from Rylie. She played just under 4 minutes. Jones comes up short, may have been deflected. Loose ball will go back to the pack.
Evan, how do you win basketball games? Yeah, you got to outscore the team, but it's all the little things. That shot might have been deflected. Their ball, Wake not aggressive in getting it. NC State gets the ball, bounces off a player, new possession.
Wolfpack +5 on the glass so far. Jones, beautiful pass again, and Collier will go to the line.
That's
for the
huge.
Wolfpack.
Not getting that rebound allows a second shot, and now Elise Williams with 5:08 picks up her 3rd foul.
Well, Mallory Collier, to put it mildly, is not the best free throw shooter on NC State.
No.
This season, she's 4 for 17.
Yeah. Highly recruited player out of Tennessee, but they struggle at the free throw line, less than 25%.
Started 11 straight games, November, December, now coming off the bench.
That rotation of that ball went sideways.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty.
No. Maybe now for NC State, you settled in on the defensive end so you can get some easy layups and keep putting her in pick and roll so she'll shoot free throws.
Theuerkauf has missed her last 2 shots now.
Well, you can be hot, you can be cold. 2 ugly looks, 2 ugly misses.
Strong drive, Zam Jones does it again.
Zam bam!
She's got 9.5.
And she comes out with emotion. They little isolate for her. She goes downhill, kisses off the glass. That's what she does.
8 straight for the Wolfpack.
They've turned up the defensive intensity. Nice back cut.
Beautiful pass from Coles, and it's Conley with a finish. Not clear what that whistle was. Eric Bruton was yelling something at someone. I think they might have been asking Malaya Coles to tuck in the jersey. 38-37. Closing in on 4 minutes to play in this first half. And again, getting to the basket, Zoe Brooks. 6 points, 3 assists in the half.
The guards are just very quick. Those perimeter players, 1, 2, 3, 4, can create off the bounce. And she just blew by the defenders for Wake Forest. Zoe Brooks, quietly has been kept, has had a really nice season. That's nice.
Every time Malaya Coles gets a touch in that spot of the floor, good things happen for Wake Forest.
If she keeps the basketball up, don't put it down, just go straight to the rack.
First 2 of the night for Malaya.
And what you've got to do if you're Wake Forest is just like NC State, that's attack weak spots.
Loose ball picked up by Hines. Sorby ahead. Theuerkauf feeds the block.
Take your time.
Coles going to work on Collier. Ball movement creates the open 3. Sorby can't connect. Halfway down and pop back out. Brooks again putting pressure on the defense. Sets up Jones. Nice find with a left hand. Madison Hayes misfires, and Theuerkauf controls the rebound.
Look at Jamie says, slow it down, slow it down. And just look for the matchup. You're playing 3 or 4 around 1. Hines is doing a nice job taking space, and Coles, she's not really being guarded by a post. So she's a screener, and she can be a facilitator, a passer from the mid-range right there. Keep your eye on Coles right now. She'll tell you where the ball is going. That's it. See, there's the ISO.
This is what Wake needs to do.
There you go.
Take advantage of the inexperience defensively inside for NC State.
Yeah, but you're exactly right. And you look at those matchups, and you just kind of space the ball, and you try to find ways to get your posts in areas close to the basket. That's really good coaching and execution by Wake. But that's the X factor. There's the other part of that.
Zoe Brooks unstoppable right now.
Zoe Brooks, the second leading scorer in this NC State team, a shade under 14 points a ball game. She's so quick, but again, you don't talk a lot about her because you've got, Rivers and James and Hayes among others.
The third and fourth lead changes in the game in the last minute.
Take your time, test your passes if you're Wake Forest. Put more pressure on the basketball if you're NC State.
Step back three with the clock winding down, and the rebound ripped down by Hayes.
That's in her range, but not a one dribble shooter.
Brooks finds Rivers wide open. She'll take it. Long rebound tracked in the corner by Hayes. 6 offensive rebounds for State, and a second chance bucket for Collier.
Yeah, you know, Zam comes in, just gives you another degree of excellence. I mean, she's so quick with the basketball, beats you off the first step. There's anything you can do.
Packer 10 of 15 from the floor here in the second quarter. State trailed by as many as 10, now up by 3.
And not that you're thinking about it, but you should always. Possession error goes away of Wake Forest also with this final 105.
Loose ball picked up by Hayes, stealing it from Theuerkauf. Rylie deflects the outlet pass. It'll be State ball with a minute to play.
Okay, watch this. Watch this. Right there, defensive got her on the heels, goes right by her, spins, kisses off the glass. That's a nice job by Zam Jones. Again, same thing. And then the defender comes up and you're slow to rotate over. You don't stop the basketball. Collier, the benefactor of an easy layup.
Final minute of a really fun first half. Brooks. Nice finish. Showtime for Zoe Brooks.
We came in talking about the athleticism of Rivers and the scoring ability of James, but it's Zoe Brooks and Zam Jones that have been putting up spectacular plays.
Sorby into traffic. Well defended by both Hayes and Trieger.
More pressure on the basketball, contesting more shots, forcing Wake Forest out of tempo. NC State has the lead.
8-second difference, game is shot clock. NC State, though, 6 offensive rebounds, 8 second chance points. It's literally the difference in the game right now. Zoe Brooks gets to the rim again and draws the foul on Jordan. 11.5 remaining in the half.
It's really not fair. Their speed with the basketball going downhill. Both Brooks and Jones have done almost the same thing. They're just beating their defenders. Defenders are left standing still practically.
State now 7 of 10 from the free throw line.
Put some pressure on this play. Yep.
6-point game. Into Andrews. She'll cross the timeline. 7 seconds for Wake Forest. Megan Jebbia choosing not to use another timeout. Conley off balance. Finds the iron, but it does not fall. And that's the end. Thank you very much, Madison. Elise Williams, as Coach Jebbia said, is back out on the floor. 3 fouls in 4 minutes to play, or in her first half, and Wake begins the second half the way they started their first half, with a turnover.
Nice turnover to basketball game. And if I'm Elise Williams, what I'm telling her, or what I would say if I were coaching her or playing, is 0-0. Forget the first half, just play. But play very smart. Don't try to force anything, try to get it all back.
That's too easy.
Yeah. Well, they widened them out a little bit, showed a little bit of a zone, and just kind of attacked the middle. Nice little bounce pass. Elise couldn't be too aggressive coming from the weak side to make the play.
For just the 4th time this season, Tilda Trieger's into double figures. She's got 10.
Well, she's doing what she does well. She can finish within 10 feet. Like I said, had the 19-10 ball game against Cal a couple of weeks ago, a game that NC State did not win. Back cut.
2 straight turnovers for Wake to start the second half. Wolfpack have a chance to stretch the lead to double figures for the first time tonight. Trieger does just that.
But she's 6'6", with great reach, and she's got excellent inside position. So if she can catch it, she should be able to finish it.
She's 4 for 4 from the field and 4 for 4 from the line. 12 points for Tilda, the freshman from Stockholm, Sweden.
And that's one of the reasons why NC State's been such a solid basketball team, outscoring teams in the paint. They've won the point paint thing 13 times this season.
Theuerkauf rejected by Rivers, who gently, kindly helps her up. Zoe Brooks. Rebound ripped away by Coles.
I thought I'd seen it all right there. You blocked the shot and you help him up.
Wonder if she kind of unintentionally caught her in the face. That's why she helped her up. Missed layup from Hines. And the rebound for Trieger, her third.
Hines anticipating some more weak side pressure there. Now Wake Forest gets a chance to play some defense and got to stop the basketball. There's a bump.
Madison Hayes, nothing but net.
But that's the problem when you play this NC State team. You stop the initial drive and you've got outstanding perimeter players. You just made the pass and you knocked down his shots by Madison Hayes.
7 straight for State out of the gate here in the second half. Timeout. Lead up to 13 for NC State. Tilda Trieger averaging 8 and 5 since entering the starting lineup. 6'6" target on the block stand, and you can score over just about anybody.
Nice, just caught the ball, is able to finish. And look at the diversity in her athleticism. I like people that can play more than one sport.
It'd be intimidating to see her on ice skates.
Wouldn't it? Zach Beauty. That's a nice, well.
Nice idea.
Here's what, a lot of things can be true. One of them is that Wake start moving. They start playing with energy. They've got to get the energy back offensively and defensively. NC State took that energy, applied their own, and they're in a nice little flow right now. Ball's going side to side. You're getting cutters and aren't getting bumped. And you're going to get good looks for shots.
Sanaya Rivers left open. Trieger tracks down the rebound. Wolfpack reset. Brooks will take it. And third chance this possession created by Isaiah James, who by her standard has been relatively quiet tonight, just 2 of 3 from the floor.
Very quiet.
For the 8th highest score per game in the ACC this season. Scored double figures every game this year. 29 straight games going back to last year. I would lean toward she'll get to double figures by the end of the night.
Well, yeah, because she can make free throws, and she's so athletic. She can score a lot of ways, as we've said very, very soon about a couple other players in this basketball team. But she will defend you. And when she really started picking up the pressure defensively, Riley's had a hard time scoring the basketball.
5 possessions for Wake so far this half. 2 missed shots, 3 turnovers.
Rivers guarded Rylie now on the other side.
Williams to the basket. No. Out of bounds, State ball.
See, Lisa's got to be comfortable enough to stop in the paint, take a little 10-foot jump shot. She turned the corner. She had the defender on her, but the further she went down, the more defense came and stopped her. She's not able to get a shot off. The Trieger was trailing the play at 6'6". Empty possession.
Too strong for James.
You know what? I'm being very technical. That was a really nice box out by Rylie. But those long arms, that you see out of Rivers, she was able to get her finger on that basketball. And that was a really fundamentally sound, good box. Face up.
Hines didn't really look to shoot it.
Got to get better movement if you're NC State. Good defense now by Wake. There it is.
Malaya Coles can't finish, gets it back, dribbles it back out. Just the second offensive rebound of the game. The other was Rylie on the fast break. Down goes Hines in the corner. And it's NC State basketball.
And Madison Hayes getting down and dirty. Just kind of in a tangle, and eventually the ball goes away of NC State. But there was a shot there for Sorbet about 10 or 12 feet away. And she's got to be willing to take that jump shot. More dribbling, slows everything down, defense gets back, you don't get anything out of it. And that's what happens.
Isaiah James now with 7.
Yeah, she's going to get the double. get that done. That's no question.
10-0 for NC State here in the third.
Quicker pace if you're Wake Forest.
Remember when Wake scored 31 points in the third quarter last March in Raleigh?
That's
Different story so far tonight. Wouldn't be
very
surprised.
similar to what we had in the game here in the first half.
Wouldn't be surprised if Wes Moore said something about that in the locker room. Going back to when Wake led 41-40, it's 17 straight for State. Nice pass. Rivers spins.
Oh!
Draws the foul on Coles. We'll get ourselves a timeout with 5 minutes to play in the third. State pitching a shutout so far in the second half. 17 in a row for the Wolfpack. Well, NC State will return home for their Play for K game on Monday night against Duke. They're 12-0 at home this year. They've won their last 17 at Reynolds Coliseum, and you see the numbers for the full season. All their losses stand to teams in the top 25. 3 of their 4 losses to to a trio of top 10 teams.
Yes.
Wes Moore's got a good club.
That Duke game is going to be something special, and not only is Play for KSR. Every game this year at Reynolds Valvano Court has been a sellout.
Yep.
And, I mean, so they play with a lot of excitement, and that might have been, hey, they had to kind of get in their rhythm here in this basketball game, similar to what you saw last year when they played Wake Forest in Raleigh.
There's a question I wanted to ask you tonight, and I didn't tell you I'm going to ask you this.
Don't ask me anything that I don't know the answer to.
Well, it's about you.
Oh, I don't want to talk about me. People might be watching, and it might not, I don't know. Go ahead.
I want to ask you
ask me
about after you became an assistant at NC State under Jim Valvano, what did you learn about the NC State fan base and the community that you didn't know before that? I know you're a North Carolina guy. You grew up around basketball in this state, but being a part of the Pack and experiencing that fan base as a coach and being involved with the program, what was that like? What did you learn?
I don't have enough time. As long as that question was for you, I'm glad you didn't tell me you were going to ask me that, because I said, hey, I don't have enough time. Let me just say this. As being a part of that program and some other programs in the state and out of state, very special. What made it even more so with that you saw that passion every game. You'll see that on, Monday?
Yep.
It comes out in so many ways, and because it's too many things you could talk about. You go into back in those days, it was Reynolds and the noise meter, and everybody gets excited about that, trying to get that light to the top, and then
would
the
fans
players
recognize the assistant coach of the men's basketball team when you were there, when you were out?
Oh yeah. Got a couple of meals. Yeah. But
well, I'm sure it's nice after a win. After a loss, it's tough.
We didn't go out much after a loss or win. We didn't lose very much, to be honest with you.
Zamareya Hines for the first points of the half for Wake Forest.
And we didn't lose much. And we didn't go step in case and looked at the tape and everything. But it was very special. As all the schools in the ACC, the rivalries are passionate. I would tell you this is I don't know if it's funny. It's just interesting. You talk about the passion. I was at a memorial service for a very, very dear friend years ago that was an NC State person. And there was a person there that was from North Carolina. And another person came to me and said, I can't believe you talked to him today. Like I've known this person forever and days. So,
that's what makes college sports special.
And that's what you miss. You like the smack talk. You like the Carolina-Duke rivalry, the NC State-Wake Forest rivalry, the NC State-North Carolina rivalry. You like that because what you get, here's what you do get. You get the very best. You get teams playing their best, as there you see right there.
Tony Brooks.
Yeah.
Well, that's college athletics. That's
but
living
the passion
in this state.
Yeah, but the passion to me isn't always like it used to be, like when I remember growing up and whatnot.
James to Rivers. Showtime!
Mark that. We'll see that on the highlight reel. That's special. That's what I'm talking about passion.
NC State fans representing tonight. About 90 minutes down the road from Reynolds Coliseum.
It's a great fan base, I'll tell you that. Watch this. This is what I'm talking about. This is great basketball. Defensive effort, push ahead, pass, no look, caught it in air, takes it there, and then there's the joy of the great play, the acknowledgement of a happy pass, and let's get back. That's nice basketball. You do that like that, you're going to win a lot of basketball games.
Third assist for James, 13 points for Rivers.
And Wake not moving the ball. The defensive pressure's more intensity right now, and Wake's got to find a way to score.
They're going to call an offensive foul on the rebound on Hines for pulling down Rivers.
Well, Rivers was really active. Hines, and she was boxing out here on the show. I don't know if she pulled her down as much because I think the hand was flat, but nevertheless, they're gonna make that call. And you know, as the guys say, as the fellas say in the park, they've cut their water off. Wake's got nowhere to go.
Sorby rebounds the James miss. Demira Hines has the last 2 baskets for Wake Forest, one of them with 2:40 to go in the first half. The other a couple minutes ago when Wake Forest got their first bucket here in the second half.
They're not able to go inside. They're not able to look inside the pass. That's going to be an offensive foul. Wait a minute here.
It was signaled a block,
yeah.
And then she changed her mind and signaled a charge. I think she got it right.
Yeah, I think, no, I'm not arguing with it.
Yeah.
But the sign that I saw, yeah, she leans in with that left arm. Defense has allowed that spot as well. So, tough call, but we'll mark that down at 2:06 for Elise Williams with her 4th foul.
Tough night for Elise.
And you know she wanted to really play a nice game against NC State growing up in Raleigh.
Yep. More free throws coming for the Wolfpack here with $1:58 to play in the third.
It's over at Doc. So all-state performer over at Wakefield High School. One of my dearest friends in the business and whatnot was, no, seriously, Dexter Cooley. We lost Dexter a few years ago to the battle with the C word. But Dexter Cooley, All-American, whatnot, was an AD there. So every time I think about Wakefield and watch Elise, I think about my guy Cooley. So I saw you smile like I'm always name dropping. I tell the truth. There's so many different things that go into what goes on in these people, who people are. They've made marks in the basketball or in our lives and everything. Dexter Cooley is one of those people, just like Evan Lepler has touched my life.
Stan, I was laughing about the way you delivered it, but I always appreciate your generational perspective on basketball
in
the state of North Carolina and people.
Well, I know more than just North Carolina basketball. I've been some places, but it's people. And you got to listen, if we didn't learn anything, I'm not trying to be deep, but I'm going to be deep. If you didn't learn anything last night with the tragedy in D.C., you better tell people you love them and you appreciate them every time you get a chance, because you never know when it's not going to be a chance to do that. So, that's Stan. That's who Stan is. I'll fuss you out, too, but I tell you I love you, too. Don't you know that?
Offensive foul called on Brooks. Tragic news that transpired last night at Raegyn Airport, D.C.
Yes. How many times have we been through that airport in our lifetime, huh?
She said this morning the number of times I've taken a regional jet from Greensboro up to DCA or back.
Yeah.
Dozens of times.
Our thoughts, our prayers. For those that departed, for those that continue to live.
What has impressed you most about the NC State onslaught here in this third quarter? They've outscored Wake 20-2.
They were challenged. They were challenged on the floor. They were challenged by Coach Moore. They turned it up a notch, and they started playing NC State basketball. That's the sign of a good team. That eliminates upsets.
Coles behind the
nice
door, and then there's a nice finish from Andrews.
And I love you. See, she recognized the pass. None of that little too short and all that stuff. She thanked for the pass. Got back on defense. That was well played.
Brooks, tough finish.
She used the left hand, Evan, the left.
Little dipsy-do on the way there. That was sweet. NC State shooting 60% for the game.
See the double up right there. See Tilda came out and defended. took the ball out of Riley's hands. We hadn't talked a lot about Rylie scoring the ball in the second half.
Haven't talked about her at all.
Yeah. They defended her. And remember how easy early in the game Wake Forest was able to make the pass, a wing to wing and a wing to post pass. NC State just cut that off.
Free throws here for Conley. The foul on Brooks was her third. You know, on Sunday when NC State rolled Virginia Tech, it was the 73rd time in Wes Moore's 11 and a half years as head coach that NC State shot 50% or better. It was a season high 56% on Sunday for the Wolfpack. As I just said, they're shooting 60% so far today. 27 for 45 from the field. From 2-point range stand, the Wolfpack are 25 for 34. That's 73.5%.
And a lot of that, most of that, has been layups, 10 foot in the end. A lot of it by Zoe Brooks. Settle for one. This would scare me because she can beat you off the bounce from 30 feet. They can go pick and roll, and they always got pass and catch on the wing.
Rivers can't score. Brooks has the rebound, and she's fouled with 8.4 to play in the third.
So Brooks is the smallest player on the court right now. Okay? And yet she's able to get the rebound, be under control, and now go to the free throw line. 11 ball games this year, they've made more free throws than their opponents. I always like to keep that number because that lets me know how active you are on the defensive side, on the offensive side, making plays. So you get to the free throw line, and they've done that 11 times, and Zoe Brooks has been the ringleader tonight.
Part of that is they're as good as anybody in the country at not putting their opponent in the free throw line.
Exactly, not a player. I had to go back through some numbers. They have not had a player foul out.
Theuerkauf beats the buzzer and gets her first points of the second.
You see red.
Some new faces out there for State. Lorena Awu, Devin Quigley, Lacey Steele. Zoe Brooks out there triggering the offense. And we got an offensive foul, and that's going to be the fourth on Zoe Brooks.
Yeah, it goes back to what we were just saying as we go to the break. Have not had a player foul out of a basketball game this entire season at NC State.
That could change.
Yeah. Got the Zoe Brooks foul watch going.
Maddie Cox also on the floor for NC State. Foul's not on Brooks. It's on Awu. That foul on Awu was the 8th foul on State in the game. 4 of them on Brooks, and then 4 other fouls scattered around. 3 more for Raegyn Conley.
I like that. Keep shooting the basketball, get in some rhythm. That was another good look for Raegyn Conley. Catch and shoot, knock them down.
Brooks kicks it. Steele. Rebound for Awu. And she'll earn a trip to the free throw line.
Nice job by Lorena Awu. And she's another one of those players that's biding her time. 6'5" freshman from the Chicago area, just can make plays, can make some inside plays. Has had some good run a few times this year. I like the aggressiveness on the offensive glass.
After that 3 from Conley, I was thinking, can Wake Forest, against this NC State lineup, basically Zoe Brooks on the bench, put some pressure on the Wolfpack? Can they make Wes Moore bring the starters back in with a little push to get it to 10 or 12 with 4 or 5 minutes?
Put some more game pressure on them. Make them execute at the end of a ball game.
Make them use a little more miles with their starters.
Right. And what, when you ask yourself that question, what answer did you give yourself?
I'm not sure. If Raegyn Conley makes a few more shots like she did in the last possession, could happen. Or Malaya Coles could do that inside and get a 3-point play.
You should talk to yourself more often.
You'd be surprised of what goes on in my head, Stan Luter.
No, I'm not. I've known you a long time. I know what goes on. But you know I like this. Inside, show. drop step, goes inside, leans, takes contact, score, and the happy smile because that was a nice play in the post. 26 points in the post for Wake Forest at this point in the ball game. 38 of them for NC State, and a lot of those points have been by Zoe Brooks.
16-point game.
You get a stop.
Steele for 3.
Yeah, good shoot.
Her 8th 3 of the season.
Another young, talented player. And see, there's not game pressure per se, so you can be very loose and very confident with the shot. Be good to see Elise get a basket just to get her confidence going. Just keep playing. Play through this. You can do a lot of good things. There's another game coming. You got to be ready. Don't let this game, be the one to demoralize you and take you away. You're still 8 minutes to play.
Deeks hit the road this weekend, take on Florida State Sunday evening down in Tallahassee.
Shot clock.
Next home game for Wake Forest isn't until 2 weeks from tonight, when the Deeks will take on Kara Lawson's Duke Blue Devils on Valentine's Day Eve.
Well, hey, some date ideas for some people, I guess, maybe.
Brooks to Steele. Lacey doesn't get the bounce, but another strong rebound from Awu. And more free throws coming up here for Lorena, who was 1 for 2 last time. She's now 10 for 31 from the line this season.
Tenacity on the glass. Goes up strong, and it would have been a nice block, but you see at the end of the play, Coles goes down as opposed to keeping it up. He goes down. Look at this freshman class. And we haven't even talked about Zam Jones in the second half. She came in, did her damage, said, okay, I'm done. Quickly's come in, done some good things. Tilda Triggers had a very nice ball game. Now Wu has her opportunity to make some plays. If you've got a young bench that can produce, and you've got veteran leadership and they make plays, that makes for a great ingredient as you go down the line in February and March.
For a split second there, the score was 75-57, which was the
That's
same
one of those things. What do you call it?
Well, it is a palindrome, which obviously I love palindromes. It was also the score of the last Wolfpack Demon Deacons game last March. But it was a fleeting moment. It's gone.
It's gone. I tell you, blink of an eye, things happen.
Steele comes up short, gets her own miss, and then is rejected by Andrews.
Andrews very active inside tonight.
Conley sets her feet. Rebound by Coles. Theuerkauf's open. Rylie now 3 for 6 from deep. 9 for 13 overall. And you look at the numbers. Rylie tonight is 6 for 7 from 2-point range. And going on with what she's done lately. 22 for her last 36.
Yeah.
2.
Right. I mean, she struggled. She's a streaky player. And you notice it when she knocks down threes, but I like the rhythm she was in offensively going to the hole. That's a travel.
Now good foot shuffle there from Awu. Last 3 games for Rylie, 19 against the Tar Heels, 21 against the Eagles, 23 tonight. Of course, she started the game sizzling. Theuerkauf had 14 by the end of the first, 21 at the half. If she can keep this going, which it won't be easy to do against the defenses and athletes the Deeks are going to go against, she could threaten to make an all-ACC team as a sophomore.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty special.
She's got to go against the problem with that. Yeah, you're right about everything, but it's the length, too. Some of the players that she's going to go, you look at Florida State, they're long and they're quick, and that she needs a little bit of space. Just don't most shooters, but she needs a little bit to be able to get in this shot. She's compared when she does. Yeah, she's had a nice little run right now. And also, I'll tell you something too. she's got Elise Williams in the ball game, and Elise is handling the ball more. It frees her up to get more shots.
Malaya Cole's just fouled out. 5 points, 5 rebounds, 5 fouls in 24 minutes for Malaya. 17-point game with the NC State basketball. 6.5 to play, and a steal from Theuerkauf. Riley's got 25.
Get more of that, too. Career high, Rylie Theuerkauf.
Sam Jones back in the game.
She's quick. I don't know if anybody can match her speed.
Well, Jamira Hines says she can, but Quigley on the glass creates his second chance. And the loose ball out of bounds off the Deeks. It'll be a third chance here.
Zam got an introduction to ACC basketball because that was some contact a couple of times by Hines, but they played through it. Remember now, Elise Williams has got the 4 fouls, and she's become a little more vocal, a little more aggressive.
Isaiah James comes up short. Isaiah's in danger of finishing with single-digit scoring for the first time all season. Coming in the game midway through this fourth quarter with Brooks going back to the bench. Sanaya Rivers coming back in next whistle.
What you said when you were talking to yourself.
Yeah, Madison Hayes coming back in too. I think Westmore would have loved to see the bench group extend the lead to 25 and put this game away, but it's back to 15 instead.
You know, what it'll do, let's say that NC State goes on to win this game, that gives him something else to talk about. That pushes team. You got to play a complete 40 minutes.
Sam Jones from downtown. Elise Williams unable to answer. Rebound taken by James.
Speed.
See if Isaiah goes for her offense here. She scored in double figures 29 straight games. Traeger, beautiful pass. Collier lays it in.
Everyone went to sleep. No one in defensive position. You stopped the ball, kind of got ball watching, back cut, and the subs are now going back.
My mistake, too. I called Traeger. It was Cox with a beautiful pass to Collier. That's my bad. And you're right, Westmore pulled Madison Hayes and Sanaya Rivers, said, get back here, sit down on the bench and enjoy your teammates' work. Wolfpack by 20. Monday night against Duke. Then a trip to Tallahassee after that. Tough ball games at UNC, at Georgia Tech, and then Notre Dame comes to Raleigh on February 23rd, a few days before Wake Forest.
See that hand right there? Just went out of the screen in the white jacket. You're talking about V, that's Ernie Myers, was on that national championship team back in the day.
Legend.
Yeah.
Top half of the ACC standings right now. Notre Dame looks like they're going to stay unbeaten tonight. They are ahead by 13 midway through the fourth quarter in Blacksburg. Duke Blue Devils idle tonight. They return to the floor in Raleigh on Monday.
I didn't mean to interrupt you with the schedule, but that's very important. But I just happened to see it. And I saw him before the ball game for a quick second. But, we were talking about the stuff. I'll tell you something else that since I'm thinking about it, because we mentioned it.
Please.
There's a play for K. Every now and then, I didn't get a chance to do it much because we were all in the same building, Case Center on State's campus. But I'd go over and sit in Coach Dow's office and chat with her. You know who was an administrator during that time too? That's been very helpful in my career. Norlin Finch.
Wow, how about that?
Yeah, Norlin Finch.
Worked for the ACC for a long time as well.
Hey, Coach Dow, sometimes she'd let me sit in there. I'd be all sweaty or something from practice or whatever, and run. She'd say, "Hey, Stan, how you doing?" I'd sit there just talk.
The next
Isn't that wonderful?
The next person to sit in the chair that you're sitting in for a game here at the Joel Coliseum will be a legend who played for Coach Yao, Debbie Antonelli.
Oh, yeah.
She'll be
I knew
here
Debbie back in the day.
Cover the Wake Pitt men's game for ESPN2 here on Saturday.
Got name in the rafters up there.
That was
Congratulations.
Happy
She's
to
a good
Debbie.
people. She's a good lady,
Good free throw shooter, too.
Oh, yeah.
Zam Jones adds to her night.
We don't know if Zam is or not because you can't catch her. She drives to the basket.
14 for Zam, 4 shy of her season high.
And she had that in 2 challenging, nice inside move by Hines. But Zam had that in 2 challenging basketball games. One against Louisville, which at 18, and then the 14 against Ole Miss. So, I mean, you know, she is everything that they thought she would be, but we talk so much about the James connection and the Rivers connection and the Hayes connection. And Brooks, that's a good play there.
Williams the steal, and the bucket, and the foul.
That's a nice play there. Play through contact, anticipate it, get it up.
Westmore with his hand in his face, looking around like, am I going to have to go back to the bench again?
Don't make me put them back in.
For the moment, it's Awu replacing Collier.
That's size. You bring, that's your 10, 11 player. Young. This is a good NC State basketball team, man. I'm gonna tell you what, you should watch that game Monday night.
This free throw here for Elise is to tie Brittany Waters for 16th all-time on the Wake scoring list. She's tied Brittany. She's a few points away from passing Aliza Penna, the sharpshooting Italian who played for Jen Hoover.
She's gonna finish in the top 10 in assists. May not finish in the top 10 scoring.
Currently number 8.
Yeah.
Still over 500 points away from De'Erica Hamby, the all-time leading scorer in Wake women's basketball history.
Nice.
Another trip to the free throw line here for Lorena Awu.
You know, if you're a post player, you have to love playing with players like Brooks and Zam Jones, because if you can set that high ball screen, you've got spacing. They're going to find a way to get the ball to you, or either they're going to just beat the person off the bounce and score. So you just got to be ready to score baskets. That was just a nicely done, well executed pick and roll.
Moore with a rebound. Awu now 3 of 6 at the line. Still a 15-point game. That would have cut to 13. Conley trucks over Cox in pursuit of the rebound. It was really impressive tonight because this was a real competitive first half.
Yes.
And very quickly in the second half, NC State, like a boa constrictor, just squeezed the life out of Wake Forest.
That's a very good analogy. Yeah, it's almost like they realized the game was at 7 o'clock, not 6 o'clock, you know?
And look, the first half for Wake Forest was encouraging.
Oh, yes.
Theuerkauf was unreal, but it wasn't just Rylie. You know, Andrews and Conley both knocked down shots. We saw glimpses from Coles and Hines inside, but in the second half, we've seen very little of that same magic. Deke still shooting over 50% for the game, and Elise Williams now with 11 points, just tied Penna for 15th on the all-time scoring chart.
Yep.
Lisa Penna, I really like watching her play.
Yes.
She was fun. She was really good.
Catch, turn. Weak side shooter ready. Uh-oh.
Beautiful pass. Jones, another assist.
Yeah, but that quick first step, Jones could do whatever she wanted to. Nice pass, and you're able to catch it. Like I said, you're in the post, just keep your hands ready, catch the ball and score.
16 assists, 12 turnovers for NC State. 4 of those 16 assists belong to Zam Jones. 5 others belong to Zoe Brooks. 4 assists, 14 points for Jones.
This may sound crazy, but it won't be the first time. Wake Forest really didn't do anything wrong. NC State just decided, okay, you know, they put it in another gear. Wake Forest scored the basketball like you just talked about. They played good defense. They forced NC State out of tempo.
Wake.
And then State just, hey, they just played. Players made plays.
Wake succumbed quickly to NC State's defensive
Yes.
pressure in the third quarter.
They turned it up. Well, late in the second quarter also.
That's true.
Late in the second quarter.
Wake was up 41-40, and then all of a sudden, they were down 15.
Yeah.
Another rebound for Awu. Lorena's been active in her 5 minutes on the court. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 rebounds now.
You saw a really good basketball team in spurts. And you saw a team that's got great potential. That's a nice play by Raegyn Conley. It's just got to continue to work and find a way to put a full 40 minutes together in Wake Forest. But I'm thoroughly impressed with NC State. They're better than what I saw on tape and the little glimpse I saw them early in the season. Live. This is a solid team. They're playing well.
You know, Wake Forest was 3rd in the league in points per game allowed.
Yes.
And NC State has smashed that, so that stat's going to change. Wolfpack next opponent is number 1, I believe, in the country in points per game allowed. I mean, Duke's defense is dynamic and dominant, and that's going to be an interesting, you know, speed versus brick wall kind of thing on Monday night.
Yeah. See Florida State play, you know. Latson does her job, OMG, but, you know, give me Timpson. Just give me KK Timpson and let's play some basketball. I'll put her on my team, too.
It's a 4-possession game, Stan. It's a 3-possession game.
Nice job by Raegyn. Stop it and pop it.
31 seconds left. Is Wake gonna foul? Elise reached in. They didn't call it.
Can't catch her.
And Sorby fouls Jones. 26.3 to go. Westmore's looking at the clock like, do I need to send Rivers and James and Zoe back out there? This is a coach managing his way to the finish line here. And if it stands, Isaiah James going to be below double figures for the first time all season.
There's a bugaboo for it. Sam Jones.
If she misses this one and Wake sticks a 3 with about 20 seconds left, you're going to see the starters come back in.
I don't think so.
Fun to find out who's right.
Yeah, well, you know, he may teach him a lesson. Again, give something to make that long run.
Madison Jordan missed a 3.
Wow.
Sorby the rebound. Kicks it out. Conley cuts it to 6 with 12.8 to go.
Great fight by Wake Forest. NC State not executing down the line, and this becomes a teaching moment. There you go. Some wins are prettier than others.
It's an 11-0 run for Wake Forest over the last minute 6.
Coach Debbie is saying, where was this about 20 minutes ago? Watch this. Inside, beat set, bam, knocks it down. Conley led this team in 3-point baskets in the season with 31. Add a few more tonight.
Another missed free throw. Wake does have 2 timeouts.
Good with game pressure. Game pressure here.
Jones is now 0 for 3 at the line. 65% for her freshman season coming into the night. Makes it a 7-point game. Jebbia takes her penultimate timeout. 12.2 remaining. And while it's not impossible now, it's far less likely after that free throw made it a 7-point game, 3-possession game again. This game has had a lot of quirks to it, as most games with you do.
Oh, so you're blaming it on me?
No, I'm just saying you bring the quirks.
Well, I mean, I'm a quirky person. How about that? Quirk knows quirk.
That's a good thing.
Quirk knows quirk now.
Aren't we all?
Okay. Yeah, but this is good though. You're right, because see. And you saw it in that huddle right there as shot at Westmore. See, this just gives him more to take the team. You've got to play 40 minutes. You're going to play teams that got numbers beside their names and whatnot, and you cannot let up. And the mistake right there is not happy with. End of game execution. Foul. with the clock not moving.
Yeah, I'm confused. What's the difference between the dead ball foul coming after the bucket before and the dead ball foul here?
I told you I needed a little interpretation on that myself. That's what
You missed this one on purpose?
Nah, I need points. Because it's another possession. You need points.
5-point game.
Anytime you can make a basket, you need to try to make it. And foul quickly, though.
Zam Jones, 1 for 4, going back to the line for State. Wake has 1 timeout left, 11.2 remaining.
And this is good for Zam because she could be in some late game situations. Tournament time, again, you've got big games coming down the road. She's not been a good free throw shooter this year. She's a big-time scorer, like I said, in high school. And she's done a good job tonight, but only 54%. That's got to get better. So this is good. This is good for her.
Gebbia just subbed in a couple of rebounders, anticipating she'll call a timeout.
Offense for defense.
Make her miss. 2 shots here for Zam.
Might be the one.
After only scoring 8 points in the 3rd quarter tonight, Wake has scored 34 here in the 4th. And yet they're still going to fall short. Zam, cool, calm, and collected at the line there. Stretches the lead back to 7 with 11.2 to go.
I think they had 34 in the quarter against Queens. Game 1 of the season when they ended up getting 102. This is the 2nd highest amount of points Wake Forest has scored this season now. So,
I mean, Wake has had its best offensive game of the season tonight, by my eyes.
Yeah,
you know,
legitimately offensive.
To shoot 52.5% against NC State. 25 for Theuerkauf, 1 of 4 in double figures. Raegyn Conley's got 21 points. It's a career high for her. Trips to Tallahassee and the Carrier Dome.
Wow.
I'm going to be at the Dome the day before the Deacs are there. I wonder if they'll come check out the Boston College Syracuse men's basketball game at the Dome on the 8th. Probably not.
Well, will you be there for the Duke game? Duke-Wake game? Will you be here for that?
2 weeks from tonight, yes.
You'll be there for that. You will make it.
I would not miss it.
Okay, just checking.
It's my Valentine's Day Eve.
That's what I'm saying.
With you.
You understand. Now, wait a minute now. I want candy.
Sorby, nope. 0.6 left. Deacs are not going to foul. At least Gebbia told them not to. NC State, after starting the season 4-3, has won 13 of their last 14 and 6 straight. Wild game tonight. Westmore's Wolfpack win it 90-83.